Welcome to examples of easy questions on the SAT. The SAT rates their questions as easy, medium, or hard, and these are 4 examples of questions that would be rated as easy. And also keep in mind that on the actual test, both math sections, the problems are presented in order of easy to hard. It's good to know as you're working through them. So if you would like to try these 4 questions without any hints, please press pause now and give them a try. I'll go through and provide just a basic hint for each of them and then go through them in more detail. So for number 9, you would want to start this by solving the equation for x, and then you can use that to evaluate the expression. For number 10, the hint is to make sure you answer what is being asked, and they're asking you for the probability that the light is not red, not red. So if you're in a hurry, you don't want to accidentally answer for if it is red. For number 11, the hint is to keep track of your variables and put them in order from least to greatest based on their age, or youngest to oldest, I should say. And lastly, for number 12, the hint is to establish your own variables. They do not establish them for you. So I would use S for scenic and D for direct. So go ahead and pause now to give these a try if you haven't already done so. And we'll go back to number 9 and work through them. So if you solve this equation in number 9, you could distribute, but a shortcut would be to go ahead and just divide by 2. And then you would have x minus 3 equals 4, which means x is 7. And then that makes it very easy to evaluate your expression. You just have 7 minus 3 in the numerator, 7 plus 3 in the denominator, or 4/10. Now, this is not a multiple choice. You would grid in your own answer, and they actually do not require you to reduce, which is surprising, as long as you can fit it in the 4 columns. So for 4/10, you could have 4, and then your division 1, 0, and it would fit. But you could always reduce to 2/5 if you wish, or you can also put in the decimal of 0.4. They would accept any of those variations. For number 10, cycle of a traffic light, 80 seconds, and we have green for 40 seconds. So I would just kind of translate this as I go. Green for 40 seconds, amber for 10 seconds, and then red for 30 seconds. And go ahead and verify that that adds up to 80. And at randomly chosen time, the probability that it will not be red. So general rule of probability, the likelihood of what you're looking for over the total amount. So not red would be my green or amber. So that would be 50 over 80, which would reduce to the 5/8 for choice B. 5/8 for choice B. Okay, and for number 11, we have Todd, Marta, and Susan. So just arranging your variables nicely. They use meaningful variables, so it's easy to keep track of who's who. If they're already in order, Todd is older than Marta. So Todd, I'm going to put on the right for the oldest, maybe, but at least older than Marta. But he's younger than Susan, so he's not the oldest. So Susan is the oldest since Todd is younger. So therefore, as our inequality, if we're going from least to greatest, Marta is younger than Todd, but Todd is younger or less than Susan. So that should match answer choice A. And last one, Mia's home. If she goes a scenic route, it's an extra 5 kilometers. So I'm just going to notate that for the scenic route, it's an extra 5 kilometers. If she goes a scenic route and returns a direct route, the round trip is 35 kilometers. How many kilometers is the direct route? So if I use D for direct, the direct route plus the scenic route gives us a total of 35 kilometers, right? So direct plus scenic gives us a total of 35. But I really want to represent the scenic route in terms of the direct route. It's an extra 5. So the scenic would be the same as the direct plus 5. And then that will allow me to solve. So 2D plus 5 equals 35, or 2D equals 30, which means the direct route would be 15 kilometers. Okay. You don't have to write that equation. You could just as easily say, okay, I'm going to take out the extra 5 by subtracting 5, and you're essentially doing the same thing as solving the equation. Okay, so look for more examples of easy, medium, and hard level questions on the SAT with tips and tricks.